Hello, ladies. Welcome to this video. Last video I posted was all about vision, and I really want to make a continuation of that video because in this one I want to include other questions that I asked myself that really helped me put together that vision. So go ahead and watch the other video first. And that one I talk about 6 different elements to your vision. And in this one, I will be talking about more supplemental information that will help you. Stay in place, please. That will help you further develop that vision. So I want to go ahead and preface this by saying these questions that I'm about to share with you are questions that I read in the book E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. And these questions were phenomenal. They are more within the business context, like that's the purpose of the book, but I found that these questions could just be for anyone. They are so powerful. So let me read a snippet of the E-Myth Revisited. It says, your primary aim is the vision of how you want your life to be. Your purpose, your mission. Your primary aim becomes the key to create the life you want intentionally. It's the difference between living by accident and living intentionally. And if you're watching this video, I know you want a life of purpose and of intention. So let me go ahead and read out the 8 different questions that will really honestly help you so much in putting your vision together. The first one is, what do I wish my life to look like? And I know this is so open-ended because obviously it has to be, it's our life. But in the other video that I mentioned, I talk about 6 different categories of your life that if you keep those categories in mind, it will really help you answer this question in a more targeted way. So that's question number 1. What do I wish my life to look like? Number 2, how do I wish my life to be on a day-to-day basis? And this is actually a very powerful question because I was once part of a real estate mastermind, and one of the mentors of that mastermind asked the question of, okay, a lot of times people want to quit their job, and it's this wonderful idea of having the freedom to do what you want with your time, with your life, X, Y, or Z. And he asked, if you were to quit your job tomorrow and you were to get all the travel out of your system, because a lot of times people want to travel, but like everything in life, things get old. And in life, we are seeking meaning. And at one point, travel may not give us that meaning or happiness that we thought it would. It might, but it also might not for the majority of people. At one point, you're going to want to stop, right? And he asked, after that occurs, after you get the travel out of your system, you've gone everywhere, it's been maybe a whole month of travel, 2, a year, 3 years, whatever. After all that's out, what are you doing day to day? What does your life look like? When you wake up, what do you do? Throughout your day, what do you do? And you know what? It was more of like a question for everyone, but I knew in that moment, this was about 2 years ago, I knew in that moment that if I were to have been on the hot seat and someone were to have made me answer this question, I wouldn't know what to say. I would not know what to say. So for that reason, this question is very powerful. Maybe you have a very clear idea. All power to you, honestly. If you have this laid out, that's awesome. But if you're like me, in that given moment 2 years ago, I had to think about, what do I want to dedicate my life to? That will, what's going to take up my time? So that's question number 2. How do I wish my life to be on a day-to-day basis? Question number 3. What would I like to be able to say I truly know in my life about my life? So what are the things that you want to be known for? What are the values, the core values, the beliefs, the things about your life that at the end of the day, you're like, you know what? I know what my life is about. I know what's important in my life. I know this about my life. I know this about myself. I know this about my family. What wisdom, in a sense, have you accumulated? Not so much from like technical things that you do, or maybe career wise, not about that intellect. This is like more deep. This is deeper in the sense, think about your being. What would you like to know about your life, about who you are? What would you like to be able to say? At least that's how I interpret this question. Number 4, how would I like to be with other people in my life? For example, my family, my friends, my business associates, my customers, my employees, my community. How would you like to act? How would you like to be, right, with these people? How would you like to be around your family? What kind of person do you want to be around your friends? Around, if you have a business, like your customers, your employees, what kind of person are you trying to embody? So that's question number 4. Question number 5, how would I like people to think about me? So what do people say when you're not around? What are they saying about you? I'm not talking about the haters, people are always going to have some negative thing to say, but I'm talking about the people in your life that love and trust you and mean a lot to you and you mean a lot to them, like those genuine people in your life. What are they saying about you? Who are you in their life? And what are the conversations around your name? What are they saying? Like, what would you like people to be talking about regarding you, regarding what you've done with your life, regarding what you know, regarding your impact? That one was a hard one for me. Number 6, what would I like to be doing 2 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when my life comes to a close? Now, in the previous video, I talked about how I approach my vision as a 5-year plan, a 5-year vision, because for me, I can actually envision that. It's really hard for me to envision super far away. So if this exercise is hard for you, it's fine. It's meant to be. But give yourself the opportunity, the space to just be curious and set expectations of what you want your life to be within these time frames in 10 years from today, when you're in your late 30s or late 40s, depending on how old you are now, right? Like, how would you like that to look? And it could be broad. If you really don't have an idea, just write anything. Dare to dream. Dare to be crazy and wild with this, right? It's just an exercise. It's a very powerful exercise. So give yourself the opportunity to just dream. And this question about when my life comes to a close, this is really a reflection about mortality, which is very powerful as well. And what would you like to be doing in those moments? What would you be feeling? Like, just really allow yourself to envision yourself like the last moments of your life. What are your reflections like? What does that look like for you? Are you regretful of your life? Or are you proud? And do you have people around you that love and care for you? So that was number 6. Question number 7. We're almost there. What specifically would I like to learn during my life? So for example, what would you like to learn regarding spirituality? What would you like to learn during your life physically, financially, technically, intellectually? What would you like to learn about relationships? So this one is different from the earlier question I had posed, which was question number 3. This one's asking you like specifically about your intellect in these different areas. Like, what would you like to learn spiritually? How would you like to connect? How would you like that piece of introspection in your life to look like? Physically, like, what would you like to learn about fitness, about health, about your relationship with your body? and it being a vessel to get you to do what you want to achieve, right? What would you like to learn about finances? What would you like your money mindset to be? What would you like your finances to look like? Like, do you have the knowledge to grow your money and keep your money, maintain the money, invest the money? Like, what do you want to know financially, technically, intellectually, and about relationships? What would you like to know about relationships, about the people in our lives? What would we like to know about how to navigate these relationships, about how to deal with or know how to interact with different people based on their personalities, based on who they are as a person, right? How to cater to different types of people. So that was number 7. Finally, number 8. How much money will I need to do the things I wish to do? By when will I need it? So you just described in steps and questions 1 through 7 the ideal life, right? So now you're really going to break down, okay, like, if I want to travel X amount of times per year to this place and stay in these areas, whatever, like, what is that going to look like? And this is going to involve research. Like, completing these questions is not an easy task. It's not an easy task. It's not something that you're even going to have together in one day. Allow yourself the time to draft different responses and think about this for a while, because I mean, this is your life you're talking about at the end of the day. But this piece about money, I feel like for me, I personally had a very poor money mindset, and this particular exercise allowed me to see I thought I was gonna need to be a millionaire to achieve the things I wanted to have the life, the lifestyle, the relationships, the travel, the investments that I want to have. And it turns out that number was not as big as I thought it would be, which is, it gives hope, right? Especially when you have a poor money mindset like I did at the time. I'm still working on it, but at the time I was just like avoiding this question. I was afraid of the number. But you might be surprised with the amount. And even if it is a large number, now you know like what it takes to achieve the dream life. You have that end goal, that amount, that value. So there you have it. These are 8 different questions from the book E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. These are very powerful questions if you allow yourself the time to answer them thoroughly and give yourself that space to do so. Like, it will give you so much clarity. Something that I did was I kind of set myself like some boundaries of how much to write, just because I didn't want to overwhelm myself. So you can start by answering each question in 3 to 5 sentences in about like 150 to 200 words max. You know, you're probably going to end up writing more, but that's your upper and lower bound in case you're like, what if I write a whole book off of number 1? You know, like, first allow yourself to be concise, and then later if you want to add on, gladly do so. So I hope that was useful. I promise you, completing these questions, completing this exercise is going to be so powerful. And the last video that I posted on Vision and this one in combination alone are going to just like be very powerful tools for you to start designing that ideal life that you want. Remember, you are the architect of your life. Take control, right? Like, this YouTube channel and my handle is called Vida Nuestra, our life. Take back your life. We got to stop living in autopilot. We got to design the life that we want to create. Okay, so with that being said, if you liked the video, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned. Go watch my other videos while you wait for a new one. I will see you very soon. This is a good topic, and let me know in the comment section what you think, what you learned, and what you are going to start implementing. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.